Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You know, shalom to the elect. All right, so yeah, basically, you know, just want to do a quick response to your man Baloo, because he asked a question, you know, and I think it was a good question, you know, a good question to help edify the brethren, the sincere brethren. All right, and he basically asked, what have we learned? What he said. First of all, he says in a video, which he, you know, called himself commenting on the video that I made, and he says, we don't know. Well, I don't know the apostles, and you know, we're just blind followers, and you know, what? And the question that he presented was, what have we learned? What have we learned from the apostles? All right. So first and foremost, you know, not foremost, but even your man Sakari, your man Alizé, all right, he admitted to Polite. He basically said, you know, when he found out about the truth that GMS was different from all the other Hebrew Israelite camps, because GMS was likened unto the church of Berea in Acts the 17th chapter. Why? Because they were noble. The church of Berea first, you know, they were considered noble. Why? Because they researched the scriptures. So that's the first thing. The first and very foremost thing. Because like myself and many other brothers, when we first came into the knowledge, first of all, Baloo, you was not on the scene. Okay? I did see the 14th Street Israelites. I will say that. I seen the 14th Street Israelites, but the main ones that was thumping and bumping was Great Millstone, ISUPK, and for me, it wasn't even Nate. It was like 2-3 guys. It was like him and like 2 other people, and they was somewhere, you could see it looked like Atlantic Ave in Brooklyn. And that was like, okay, all right, we see these guys, and then we seen Great Millstone. I myself was following, you know, the ISUPK. I was watching their online classes, all right? I was watching their little street videos that they did once in a while, all right? And I would call in on Monday, because that's when Johanna had his class, which I believe he still does, and actually, you know, chime in and actually listen. All right? Now, another main difference that from Great Millstone that I learned from the apostles and elders, as opposed to ISUPK, which ties along the same lines, is get this knowledge for yourself. Nobody in Great Millstone could tell you that we're taught what to say when we go out in the street. Granted, we are taught the doctrine, all right, but we were taught to learn this thing for ourselves and then go out and speak, then go out and teach. Okay? And that's the first thing, you know, researching the scriptures, which is very imperative. Why? Because in order to teach the scriptures, you have to understand it for yourself. So, and that was another part of it, that, you know, the apostles and elders, well, you know, the elders were just being called the elders of Great Millstone at the time, and they were saying what? It should be a camp on every corner here in America. Once you learn this truth, you need to go out and teach it for yourself. All right? So that encompasses one thing. Basically, those 2 things encompass one. basically getting under. The scripture says what? Well, all wisdom is the principal thing. Yeah, you're supposed to sit down. You're supposed to learn. But with all that getting, while you're getting all this wisdom, what are you supposed to do? Get understanding. Or in other words, learn to discern for yourself. All right? Now, the second thing, all right, which is, you know, encompasses the second commandment that Yahushua brought forth. Because the first thing I explained ultimately encompasses the first commandment, which Yahushua told the disciples to hang over all the law, which was what? Love Yahweh with all thy mind, body, and soul. Because in order to love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, what do you have to do? You have to be diligent in your studies and get the understanding the mind of Yahweh. Now, the second thing by far, which is the second commandment that Yahushua laid forth, was what? Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. See, the inner circle, the inner loop, you know, I thought about, you know, here's that movie, The Fockers. But first it was Meet the Parents. Then you had Meet the Fockers, which you had Robert De Niro. De Niro, what would he say? Well, you out the circle, Focker. You out the circle, Focker. Broke and had the privilege also to break bread with the apostles. You know, brothers that are in the circle of trust can attest to this. That really you know, that is the greatest thing, to get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding for yourself. All right? Because there ain't no zombies here at GMS. In fact, I can't say that. Well, I'll just say this. What I'll say is this. Is that you got people bucking up to GMS that were part of GMS. So nobody's got anyone on a string. All right? Because you got these groups that are formulating that were part of GMS. But anyway, the second thing, greatest thing, is what? That I actually got the scripture pulled up. It's John 13 and 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, right? As I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Now, what was the example of that? The example of that was when Yahushua, during the Passover, I might add, what the world will call communion, when he washed the feet of his disciples, and what he explained was, he said, the greatest amongst you shall be the servant amongst you. All right? And we understand that I want to say the core of GMS, you know, brothers that are on like mind understand where we learned that from, you know. You had brothers come out and give testimony on when the apostles were with them and how they treated them and what they learned. Me personally, I'm letting them brothers do it. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not telling you nothing, man. I'm not telling you nothing. All right? Because things like this happen. And then what are we able to do? We're able to edify now. All right? So, going back, I'm sorry. Here we go. So, John 13 and 35, all right? It says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye love one to another. And that's the point, man. Scripture says what? Open rebuke is better than secret love. So when brothers in Great Millstone, we getting rebuked, brothers might get a phone call, or the apostles, Tahar, he may do a video rebuking brothers on what we did wrong as a whole, or you know, even Apostle Gabar, any of the apostles, that's love. You know, the chastening of the Lord, that's love. We get the so-called pat on the back, and we also get the whiplash, not whiplash, the lashings, the spiritual lashings. So it's a balance. All right? Even you, Baloo, you big dummy, you even said, how can a man, I forget what Apostle Tahar said, but you said, how can a man talk to his followers like that? How does he can't love them? You're a big glob, man. You're a big glob of goo, man. It's a big soft marshmallow, man. All right? Talking about we don't know the apostles and this, that, and the third. You don't know what's going on. You desire to know what's going on. That's why you have fucking interviews and all that. And which even Mike the Hamite and your boy Izar, where's he at? All right? Where's he at? But anyway, even when you did the interviews, you seen what? You seen what? That they said they attested to that as well. Nobody left GMS and said, well, I was treated like a nigga, and they treat men like niggas up in there, or they treat men like this, or they treat men like that. They know good and well when you deal with Great Millstone, the brother next to you, the sincere brother next to you, get the shirt off his back. We were taught to go twain for our brother, like the scriptures say, man. You know, a brother need help. Scripture said what? You go twain, meaning you do double, man. The brother say he need a ride to the store. I'm gonna make sure the brother need to go to the ATM. I'm gonna make sure the brother need, you know, whatever. Make sure he got money in his extra money in his pocket. There's been accounts to certain men that took advantage of brothers' love, man. The Trinidadian nigga, man. He was taking advantage of brothers, man, because of the brothers' sincerity and brothers' love that he had. He was robbing brothers of their and using their sincerity against them. So you can fool the dummies, man. All right, you can fool the dummies, all right. But the brothers that know what time it is know what time it is, man. All right, we see clearly. All right. Something else I wanted to mention, but that's pretty much ultimately it, man. This is the year of diligence. That's another thing, man. You know, the scripture said what? If you continue, John 8:31, it says, if you continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed. Throughout all the camps, we see who continues in the word, man. Like I said prior, I followed the ISUPK first, all right? There was once upon a time where, you know, I was following the ISUPK and they were calling themselves, you know, being diligent, all right, at the time. And then the winter came around, and this is all facts. This is all facts. It came a point in time when I first came into the truth, I was not able to get internet access. And when I was able to get internet access, it was 3 months later down the line, they had 3 new videos, and it was all because it was all warm. It was from November. It was from November to it was November into February. November. That's right. It was November all the way into February of the next year. They had 3 new videos up, and they basically were during it was basically warm out. Prior to those 3 months, they didn't have no new videos up on that. It was isupk.org. That's the fact. That's facts. That's the facts. And I was mad. I was upset. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I expected to, you know, recuperate off, you know, what I missed. But I wasn't able to. But guess what? Matter of fact, and I'll say this in testimony, that there was a video which really made me watch Great Millstone. This motherfucker, man. Come on, son. There's really the thing that made me jump on the Great Millstone bandwagon, so to speak. They was battling a Catholic priest, And the Catholic priest was going back and forth with him. And prior to this, I never even opened my scriptures while I watched the videos. Because according to ISUPK, you had to wait till they come and teach you the scriptures. Personally. Not learn this for yourself and go out and teach. You had to learn this. You had to wait for them. So the Catholic priest was talking to the apostles. They was going back and forth with the elders at the, the apostles and the elders. And they were done. And they cut him up. I don't remember what the dialogue was about. But at the end of the dialogue, I never forget, Apostle Tahar looked at the camera and said, "You see how he knows the scriptures? That's how you Jakes is supposed to know the scriptures." I said, oh shit. Like, damn, that's right. And ever since that time moving forward, I said to myself, you know what? I need to have my scriptures out when I'm watching these videos so I can actually learn this for myself, because this is our book. So you can come with that old shenanigans if you want, Baloo. And of course, you big dummy. Of course, I knew that you all didn't keep a new moon, keep the Shabbat off the new moon. Of course I knew that. I knew that you didn't do that in One West. All right? In the video, which you made the remarks about what I said, you made it seem like I was making it seem like I was saying that you all kept the new moon in One West. You fucking idiot. The apostles say that all the time. This nigga, you're a dummy, man. You're a fucking idiot, B. You're not. You don't got your scruples, my man. No fucking way, man. No fucking way. All right. So, and that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. There was something else I wanted to mention as well with the whole. Right. Okay. Now that's what the other thing was. So, you mentioned that you're supposed to keep the new moon in the video that you call yourself rebuttaling my video. You said, oh, Great Millstone. They're so dumb. They started saying that the new moon is on a Wednesday or on a Tuesday. What declares the new moon in your fucking feeble mind? The new moon is not based upon the days which Esau set: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right? Hear me clearly. If you so happen to come across this video, which I'm going to put in the title, this is a response to your dumbass. Hear me clearly. If the new moon is set based upon the cycle of the moon. And in Esau's time frame, when we live, we have to base our life upon, because we are in slavery. The new moon is when there's so-called no moon in the sky. The moon shows no light. If that so happens to come on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, how in which the scriptures clearly state in Samuel's that the new moon is the first day of the month, because David was invited to eat with Saul, and they said it was the new moon. They said on the morrow, which was the second day of the month. So we know, based upon that scripture, that the new moon is the first day of the month. I'm going to ask you, like I asked Zabak, which he just ducked and dodged the whole thing. How do you get a Friday night to Saturday night sundown if the new moon, which you acknowledged is in the scriptures, falls on a Wednesday or Thursday? It's evident, it has to, because we're going up based upon the moon, the cycle that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai set up. Genesis 1:14. All right? Which I'll post in the comment board after I'm done. All right? So you asked the question, I responded. Now you give a question. You give an answer. You big dummy. You're like Apostle Gabar said, you're mad nobody says your name in videos. Nobody gives you double honors or any kind of respect. Like Apostle Gabar said, what he taught us, dummy, you're grist for our mills, man. All right? You're set up for us just to grind and smash and edify and bring forth meat for our own understanding. All right? Okay? And what we do and what we say is all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us how to labor in this truth, who taught us to go find our own understanding in this truth, who taught us to have brotherly love and to exalt our brother above ourselves, in which they do themselves, all right, making their bodies a living sacrifice, all right. And we say shalom to the elect, whom the apostles and elders, the only ones that talk about the elect, nigga. All right? Shalom to the elect.